Good morning, guys, from hot, humid Hawaii. My gosh, it is so hot here. We've got some taro, we've got some kitty cats, we've got some coffee. It's been a really incredible couple weeks for me. Lots going on. I just went to New York for a week to secure my visa for traveling to China. We'll be spending 3 months in China on a modeling contract, and I plan to take you guys with me. Unfortunately, I cannot take Nalu. Nalu, you want to go to China? Yeah, she wants to go. Okay, guys, so let's see what the cards want to say to us today. This is my Vision Quest deck, and this is what I call tarot showing. I'm a beginner, I'm learning, and on this deck, for me, it's more about reading the symbols and getting the messaging that comes through and then sharing that with you guys. So let's go ahead and do that. Pardon my shirt. There's quite a lot of ways to choose the cards. Nalu, what you doing? Come on. Some guys use the pendulum. I think that's pretty cool. Other people spread them out and kind of feel for what's going on and what feels like it wants to be chosen. And for me, I like to just let the deck stop where it wants to. Father of Water is our first card. And that is the King of Cups. So mastering the element, he's in charge. He's out in nature. He's got a pack of fish, it looks like here. He's going to bring home to his family. He's tuned into his environment to the point where he's fulfilled, sustained, and has created a system that he's able to get the abundance that he needs. Obviously, water and food here in this case, but we know that water is intuition. So he's following his guide. He's under the night sky, it looks like, or more likely very early in the morning, and he's out getting breakfast for the family. And that rings with me because I am the provider here in my home. Oh, the Eight of Fire, insight. And when I see this card, I like to think of it as there's this could be the sun, or it could just be a pure energy source from the universe. And it's so 8 is strength. So this is the strength that he's pulling from. And I like the way he's looking at it. It's almost as if he's getting a nice glow from it, like these cards were meant to go together today. So he has the information and the knowledge he needs. He's wise. He's grown into a mature adult. He's in full realization that he's guided and energized by the universe. Again, this appears to be the sunrise. Uh, so he's got a whole day ahead. He's already had success. He started off his day, and that's something that I like to do for myself too. Before, and maybe you do too. Before I even get out of bed, I run through some mental positivity, and I encourage myself to uh, go with gratitude throughout the day, knowing that I'm guided, knowing that the universe is providing me with not only an abundance of um, physical sustenance, food and water, but also an abundance of information, intuition, and energy. So you guys have everything you need for today to achieve your goal for the day, whatever that is. It's exciting to think. And at the end of the day, that'll bring the abundance that you've been after. And it'll be pleasureful. And this evening, when you're having dinner, you're going to realize that all of your hard work is paid off, that you were guided the whole time. So there doesn't need to be any doubt. Don't second guess our thinking. Don't question ourselves. It's good to have a little debate and obviously make the best choice. But then once we do, we don't look back because we know our environment so well. We know what our goal is. We have a plan. We have a vision of how we want things to work out. And as we go through our day, we realize that every step we're taking, we're not taking alone. Okay? So whatever you're going through today and whatever's going on for you today, I think this is a wonderful day to push your boundaries a little bit. So being well aware and in command of our environment, uh, and deeply aware of the fact that we're getting energy and guidance from the universe means that we don't have to question anything. And at the end of the day, with our family, with our friends, even just with our own inner self, we get to have the pleasureful fulfillment uh, from having achieved our daily goal. So whatever you're working on today, just know that you're going to be guided through the day. And in some cases, that might be decision making. Like this is an abundance of, it appears here to be in a physical abundance of accumulating fish and water. But it can also be um, that his ideas, he's out meditating and just letting the universe give him guidance, and he knows that his thoughts and his feelings are what's meant to be, and he follows that without questioning himself. And in that case, when we do, it's pleasureful, it's fulfilling, and deeply, deeply gratifying. So follow your inner energy, your inner guide today. When things pop into your head, don't discount them. Give them some contemplation. And furthermore, like when we're all very social, so when we meet that person, we bump into someone, we have a quick conversation somewhere at the supermarket or maybe at work with someone that you hadn't met before. Look for the messaging that can help to expand your world and keep you in this pleasure zone. So this doesn't have to be one night of the week. This can be every single night. Okay, So we have 1 and 8 and 6, right? So we have 9 and 15, and 5 and 1 is 6, and that's a temporary opportunity. Let me just check that again. 1, 9, 6. Yeah. So a temporary opportunity. So today's a phenomenal day to work to push, to advance your ideas, to advance your goal. Uh, and there's so many goals. My mind is just going through all the possible things. And so just for myself, I'll speak just a bit so maybe you can relate to that. I have 8 days. Uh, Speaking of 8, until I go to China. And my contract is for 90 days. During that time, I cannot leave. I'm certainly not a prisoner, don't get me wrong. But they have contracted me to be available to them 24 hours a day for 90 days. And at the end of that 90 days, they'll pay me the money I've made. So I have 3 months away from home, away from my wife, away from my family, out of my country. Not only out of my country, but literally in kind of a different world. I have to make sure everything's taken care of at home because it's not going to be easy to get back, even of course, in an emergency, but it's going to take 24 hours to get back. And there's a lot of anxiety with that. And so there's a lot of planning, and, there's some fear and some, even though I've been there before several times, it's a new agency and a totally new system. But I remind myself that I have mastered that system, that situation. I have total confidence in myself in terms of the work. And I also know that I wouldn't be doing this if I hadn't been guided. It was something that popped into my mind a couple months ago, that it was time to get out and have another contract and meet some new people and just have some new experiences. And so I'm following my guidance. I'm following the intuition the universe is flooding me with. And I firmly believe with all confidence that at the end of that, my wife and I are going to celebrate the successes, because this is just a small piece of the greater goal that I have for the second half of my life. Okay, so that's where I'm at today. And furthermore, I'd like to say that I didn't have to do this. The idea came, and I accepted the idea. I think that creative ideas come constantly. It's like a conveyor belt. So we pluck and we say, okay, I'm going to follow this one. And it's already really, really inspired some growth in me. Just the preparation phase, having to go back to New York to get my visa. It was good to be home, and yet I'm so glad I don't live there anymore. And so it's already really began the experience, and it's exciting and it's scary. And so for you guys, maybe there's something in the back of your mind or that's coming through for you as a possibility to start a small business or to get a new job, or maybe to say yes to those social engagements that you've been maybe kind of avoiding. It's just exciting to learn new things and to put ourselves in a situation where we can really get in tune with this stuff. It's one thing to read the cards every day and to have these sort of thoughts and ideas that come from that. It's another thing then to take that and execute a plan. And in the end, to initiate a growth, and life goes on, right? So it's all about growth. I'm going to read just a little bit out of the guidebook, my Vision Quest guidebook. If you're a busy person, then I will bid you aloha and have a great day. And for those who have a little more time, let's read a little bit about what the guidebook says about these wonderful cards, okay? So we have the Father of Water, and gosh, I'm the worst at finding these. I mean, it's like, come on, buddy, it's your own deck. Father of Water, sensitivity, perceptiveness, psychic receptivity, patience, inner knowing, intuitive thought process, artistic talent. Sometimes, though, fogginess in the face of the ungraspable. So that's kind of interesting. But I love this, the perceptiveness, and the inner knowing. Again, this is someone who's mastered his element, and the intuitive thought process and artistic talent. So that really resonates with me right now. Um, Follow your intuitive insightfulness, right? I said these two cards seem to really go together. Um, Heed its subtlest imitations, even if you can't put, sorry, that was intimations, even if you can't put them into words. Direct insights happen without words. It is a mistake to believe that only what is expressible can really be true. The truth exists beyond expression. The mystery all around us is so ungraspable that our limited concepts can only point to it. Now, trust your most delicate feelings. They speak to you more clearly than any words. I love it. Trust. We have to trust our intuition. The outward manifestation says, your non-judgmental perceptiveness makes others seek your advice. Don't be shy. Use this talent to enhance your environment or business. The desire to share your intuitive knowledge with others is a genuine desire to comfort and assist. So that's interesting. So one of the things for me, again, is first of all, we're not judging our thoughts. We're not thinking, oh, we can't do that. Oh, that can't be right for us. No, we're saying, okay, this is coming through. It must have merit. Let's take a look at that, and let's take the steps that we feel are right in that case. And one of the side notes for me is that when I live in China, I'm going to accept that I live in the model apartment. So I get my own room in a big apartment, and all my roommates are going to be under 30 years old, for sure. In fact, 90% of them will be under 22 years old. I know it's super strange. It's like I'm living with a bunch of kids, but think of the opportunity for me not to be overbearing and to constantly give my opinion. I'm no one's father and I'm no one's big brother. I don't actually really know these people, but the opportunity to give information that is asked for. They ask me a lot of questions and they want to know about life and they want to know how the heck I stayed in shape all these years. And so this is a really amazing opportunity for me in myriad ways. And so I'm not judging. I'm not judging that. I'm not saying, what are you doing? You're going to live with a bunch of kids? No, I'm not saying that. I'm going to live with a bunch of young humans who are hungry for knowledge, and I have a ton to offer them. And that's exciting for me. Okay, so the Eight of Fire, let's go to the insight then. A light goes on. Seeing through quick assessment of a situation, productive communications, effortless sharing, spontaneous changes, moving on. Much is becoming clear to you. Your inner channels are open, enabling you to be frank, honest, and most important of all, speak from the heart. On a personal level, you are in a position to clear up an important matter. Since you have nothing to hide or protect, you can share your insights lovingly. Okay, so think about that for yourself. You're in a position to clear up an important matter today. So good luck with that. Outward manifestation, clear ideas and practical suggestions will move what has long been stagnant in the right direction. If you don't insist on your own vision but dare to see through the eyes of everyone involved, an agreement will be reached rapidly. It doesn't matter who comes up with the best idea. What counts is that the matter gets resolved to the benefit of all. So we're talking about teamwork here. So this can be family, this can be colleagues at work. For me, this is the negotiations with the people in China, and definitely the politics of living in a big apartment with a bunch of young people. And so it's a reminder to me personally to dare to see the world through the eyes of them, and to learn from them as well. I mean, I'm not a god, and none of us humans are. Although we might say we are our own god. I am the Tim God within, um, but that doesn't put me above learning from anybody or anything. I learn from my cats. I mean, they are super wise and extremely smart for what they are. These furry creatures. Okay, so then we have the Six of Water, pleasure. Okay, positive development, well-being, contentment and happiness, fun, success in love, inner relaxation, natural harmony. I'm going to key on one word there, fun. You know, sometimes, and I'm guilty of this too, we can take life so seriously, you know. It's an important uh, reminder to think about the idea that we are supposed to be having fun here. Now, I know we have to be serious. We're adults. Don't get me wrong. But we need the balance of fun, enjoyment, pleasure, relaxation, and natural harmony. So the inner message is now you can relax, let go of those mental and emotional tensions. Your life force is flowing calmly and sweetly, nourishing your system, helping you regain your inner equilibrium quite easily. Allow yourself to enjoy life a whole lot more and on all levels. So much is possible now. You are ready to tackle new projects with confidence, thus succeeding without a lot of success, thus succeeding without a lot of stress. You may even enjoy your daily routine. Seize this happy moment to clear up some emotional matters with friends and loved ones. Establish a new basis from which to proceed. If you honor and treat yourself well, you will treat others accordingly. And I fully believe that. I fully believe that. And this card tells me that I'm on the right path and that everything is locked in, and I can just relax and just take the steps, and I'm on my way to do something that is going to be successful, is meant to be, or it wouldn't be, and all I have to do is play my part and have an open mind and an open heart, and you know, be willing to take every step. So that's what I plan to do. And this is a wonderful reading for all of us today. So today's a very insightful day. So let's tune in, let's quiet our minds a little bit, and let's listen to the messaging coming through. And let's take that out and and put it into our practical circumstances so that we can um, grow our ideas, grow ourselves, and all the while have fun with it and take great pleasure from that, because that's life, right? Okay. Wow, this was amazing. Thank you so much. If you've watched to this point, I just want you to know that I'm really grateful, and I love you guys. And so many people have commented and said things, and it's just such a good feeling, you know. The name there on the channel, on their channel, might be Betty Boop or something, and that's all I know. And there might be just a photo or a couple videos, but it doesn't matter. What's coming through is this energy, guys. And so let's celebrate that today. Okay. So I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week and a really happy Monday. Okay. Take care.